Hello. Welcome to Improv for Gamers.
Woo!
My name is Karen Twelves. We're going to be doing some exercises from Improv for Gamers 2nd edition here with the cast of Total Party Chill. Hello, chillers.
Hello.
We are going to practice making characters. We are going to work collaboratively to make one character together, and we're going to build their backstory kind of one fact at a time. So the way that this will work is we are going to start by just establishing the character's name and pronouns. So you'll just kind of make a blanket statement, like his name is Kyle.
He is a cat.
He is a cat. Yeah, so, and then anybody at any time can add a new fact about this character. And we don't have to tell anything in chronological order. I want you to imagine that you're filling in a character sheet in any random order. So we're gonna try not to tell a story. We're gonna try to focus on that one character, not introduce too many other people. They might seem more interesting. We might wanna go with them. We're gonna focus on this one person until it feels like they're fully formed and like we have a good idea about them.
This is fun. Sounds cool.
Thank you. Not a paid actor.
Teacher's pet. Teacher's pet. 0 points.
Wow, and you made this.
What, this book? This book?
You wrote a book?
Wow.
Is that a hard copy or hardback?
Oh my gosh.
Spot gloss?
Luxury. Luxury.
That's what that's called. I never knew what that was called. It was
Yeah.
the shiny part.
The shiny part. Yes. Okay. So what are we doing? Yes, characters. So after every fact, we are all going to kind of commit to the buy-in by saying yes. And I just like doing this hand gesture. I feel like it helps solidify it. So someone will say a fact and we'll all say
Yes.
yes. Great. So does anyone have an idea of a character name to start with? Charlotte. What are Charlotte's pronouns?
Charlotte is she, her.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So let's just start with like saying her name is Charlotte.
Her name is Charlotte.
Yes.
Yes.
And now we just think about what are some facts about Charlotte.
Charlotte is a horse girl.
Yes.
Charlotte's parents are definitely alive.
Yes.
Charlotte doesn't have a TV.
Yes. Charlotte definitely has a hobby horse.
Yes.
Charlotte enjoys wearing cutoff jeans in the summer.
Yes. Charlotte.
Charlotte hates winter.
Yes. Charlotte lives in Charlotte.
Yes. Charlotte's never had a partner, ever.
Yes.
Charlotte likes to consider herself somebody who gets along better with horses than people.
Yes.
Charlotte goes to brony conventions.
Yes. Charlotte has a Google history of what it would take scientifically to turn herself into a horse.
Yes.
Charlotte's childhood horse passed away 10 years ago.
Yes.
Charlotte cut off all the hair and has continuously been collecting hair and building her own horse skin.
Yes.
Charlotte can run on all fours like a horse.
Yes.
This is getting spooky.
Charlotte has a memorial for her passed away horse every year.
Yes.
Charlotte made all of her other horses attend that memorial service.
Yes. Charlotte doesn't get a lot of visitors.
Charlotte has 50 horses.
Yes.
Charlotte loves pepperoni Hot Pockets.
Yes.
Charlotte has a library card.
Yes.
Charlotte also attends grindcore concerts wearing her horsehair costume.
Yes.
Charlotte is an internet celebrity.
Yes. Charlotte leaves every conversation with "Giddy up."
That's also how she closes all of her Twitter streams.
I'm going to end it there. It's amazing.
Giddy up.
Wow. Giddy up.
Yep. I was
Love
scared
it.
for a second. I got okay.
That got intense. It went to some places that I did not anticipate.
I'm sorry, I'm an extremist.
But, no, I loved it.
We
That was
all
great.
went in that.
Yeah.
It was all of our fault.
The equine community is going to come out against us.
Our fan base.
Yeah. We insulted so many groups right there.
We celebrated them. I want to be clear. I see you and I celebrate you.
This character is for you.
Yes.
So what?
Charlotte is all of us.
Yeah.
Charlotte is a little bit of all of us. Well, exactly, because we all put ideas into this character.
Yeah.
What are some things that came up for you while we were doing this? Something you found challenging, or just things that you noticed?
We collectively upped the ante.
Yeah.
Like we're like, okay, if this is true, then this is also true.
Yeah. We escalated a lot.
Yeah.
And I like the way that you said it, is that kind of, again, the following a thread of if this, then what?
Yeah.
Which is a very improv-y thing to think about. Rather than always piling in new stuff, is working with what you already have as the inspiration for the new idea. That being said, we also brought in some new things. Like, we really dove into a couple topics, but we also had some other fun facts. So I like that Charlotte had a lot of things going on. Other thoughts?
There's definitely a rhythm to it, and so it's kind of like just like getting ready to hop on the train of like building this character, and then suddenly you kind of still want to follow the rules of not negating something else,
Yeah,
and so it's
absolutely.
just like, okay, does that new information change what I was going to say? All right, let's just roll with it.
Yeah, you might have to pivot. And like, there are a lot of things that like both these things can be true at the same time, but we want to make sure that our offer isn't completely undoing or making it too confusing. Again, because we can make that work. We can figure it out if these two things sound like they don't make sense, because we're very creative people. But if we want to make it easy for ourselves, we'll try to make sure that our offers are still honoring everything else that's already been established as true.
I think the thing that's hard for me is not wanting to, like, do we have to add more to this plate? We have already, it might be full, but I'm like, we can probably make it crazier. And so I think that the learning to like, okay, well, we can add another Hot Pocket thing about her, or maybe she likes crystals or something.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, no, horse girl to the end.
Yeah, and we can do both of those things. We
Yeah.
can like really go in with the horse girl. We can put in a couple other things. All of those are a correct way to play the game. There are challenges that you can put into this of, make it as boring as possible. Make it as pleasant as possible. Are some other challenges. Just to give yourself, something more to work with. If you feel like maybe the idea generation is coming really easily already, because this is definitely an exercise that works on everybody kind of coming up with stuff. So because you really have to jump in, because like you said, there's a rhythm and there's timing, and that we did have some negotiation of like, who goes first? It's nice when you can get into that rhythm of just like, people always seem to hop right in. Forgot where I was going with this sentence.
Fortunately.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay. My brain, everyone. Let's do this again. I was going to say, improvisers might use this as a warm-up exercise to, one, have idea generation, and two, really be listening and making sure that our offers are working with what's already there. So it's a twofer. It's practicing a bunch of things. Let's do it again. So let's think of a new character who has an idea with their name and pronoun, if you want to give us a statement about this character.
Darren. No, sorry.
That'll make sense if you watch the other videos,
I know.
folks.
There's a really good joke if you watch all the videos.
That's how you get them.
Yeah.
That's how you get
So you
them.
have to watch these in order.
Yeah.
It sounded like you had an idea.
Yeah, their name is Bobby.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
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 Bobby works at the library.
Yes.
Bobby is illiterate.
Yes. Bobby found a strange book one day, and it's very interesting.
Yes. But the book was full of magic, and Bobby can learn things via osmosis now. Yes.
Bobby's allergic to nuts.
Yes.
But he loves them.
Yes.
Bobby has figured out through his magic book how to avoid having an allergic reaction to peanuts, but it only works under a full moon.
Yes.
Bobby has a stash of peanuts in the basement of the library.
Yes.
Bobby's peanuts are alphabetized and organized by genus and region.
Yes.
Bobby has a seance every month in the basement of the library for the peanuts.
Yes.
Yes. Bobby's best friend is a demon. Yes.
Bobby's grown horns over the course of his friendship with said demon.
Yes.
No one's noticed these horns.
Yes.
Bo-
Go ahead.
Bobby has his horns polished every day at
Their
the
horns.
their horns polished every day at the nail salon.
Yes.
Yes.
Bobby loves pizza.
Yes.
Bobby hates high school.
Yes. Bobby wants to be homecoming person.
Yes.
Bobby is loved by every member of their community.
Yes.
Bobby's in a screamo band.
Yes.
Bobby just got a record deal. Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to stop there.
Bobby has a full life.
Yeah.
Bobby had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we notice now that we were a little more warmed up? We kind of knew how the exercise was going. Anything that we noticed was different with Bobby versus Charlotte?
I feel there's an fortunate thing
Yeah.
that happened. with
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
I was going to say that there felt like there was more narrative. Like we were trying to tell a story
Yeah.
about Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely, and
Yeah.
as gamers, I think our minds are always plot.
Yeah.
Very going
Yeah.
forward. It is quite challenging in this exercise to not introduce plot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with new characters. Like now
Yeah.
there's this demon friend. I'm like, what's he about? Like,
Exactly.
record deal? Okay.
Yeah. Like how much of this is coming from the book?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
We don't
That
know.
Bobby can't read.
We'll
Yeah.
never know.
We can't
But
now.
can eat
they
kind
can
of,
now,
like-
right? Because
Yeah.
they have
Osmosis. They
Yeah.
can get it.
Is
as
that
osmosis.
reading or is it absorbing?
Bit of both?
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue with Bobby about it. I mean, they've got the books, so
They've
whatever
got
they
the
say
book.
works.
Yeah.
And the
They can
horns.
tell you what osmosis.
Yeah.
Would it be okay if we let them do this exercise as well? The rest of our cast?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
This folly was
Yeah. No, this was
that's
great.
fun.
This
Yeah.
was really useful.
Swap out?
Like you want to swap out?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you just want them to yell into the
Yo, come here.
directional mic?
Tag in.
Crowd the
Quick change.
Quick change.
Did it.
We're here.
All right, we did it. So let's get a sentence with our character's name and pronouns.
Julia. She, her.
Okay, so why don't we just make it a full sentence? Her name is Julia.
Her name is Julia.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, you guys really left me hanging.
I'm too excited.
Julia
Is Julia?
Julia hasn't talked to her sister in a year.
Yes.
Julia is a photographer.
Yes.
Julia also likes vinyl.
Yes.
Julia is a Delta Sky Mileage owner.
Yes.
Julia's been to every continent.
Yes.
Julia is in a cult.
Yes.
Julia enjoys taking photos of birds in every continent that she visits to make a photo album.
Yes. Some of Julia's albums are featured in the Audubon Society's records of accomplishments.
Yes.
Julia.
Julia's sister is very jealous of this.
Yes.
Julia's sister takes pictures of chairs and nobody cares.
Yes.
Julia's parents are a little toxic about who they're proud of and how they express that.
Yes.
Julia has several unanswered texts to her sister.
Yes. Julia's favorite food is dry, unflavored popcorn.
Yes.
Julia
You don't have to agree with it, but it's true. I said it, it's true.
Julia likes to share her popcorn with the birds.
Yes.
Julia's boyfriend is allergic to birds.
Yes.
Julia's boyfriend said, "The birds or me?"
Yes. Julia said, "The birds."
Julia's sister said started to hit up her ex-boyfriend, and now they're seeing each other.
Yes.
Julia doesn't care because she has the birds.
Julia also collects coasters from all the continents she goes to.
Yes.
Julia likes to paint the coasters to look like the vinyl albums that she owns.
Yes. Julia's cult wonders if these painted coasters have some demonic significance.
Yes.
It's because Julia also makes coasters of little birds' feet pressed into the clay that kind of look like demon claws.
Yes.
Between cult fees and international travel and all of her photography stuff, Julia is hitting a real financial snag as of late.
Yes.
Julia's making her cult members pay due to cover those fees.
Yes.
But
Julia leads this cult.
yes. Julia has a bunch of little crows, though, collect coins from all over the world to get her out of financial ruin.
Yes. Julia's cult members are all birds, actually.
I'm going to end it there. That was. I love Julia. I loved how we discovered things about Julia along the way. Because it went from she's in a cult to, oh no, she runs this cult.
Yeah.
This is her cult. And I loved
is it a
that
cult?
it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I liked that we continued to discover not just new facts, but to like round out the things that we already had. What are some other things we noticed?
I really liked that it would go in all these different directions, but that didn't stop like the rhythm and us just throwing things out there. And weirdly, it went on for a while. There was like a longer tossing around of the game, but it like came back together in the end, which was
Yeah, there were certain touchstones I think that like we kept coming to the cult, the birds, right? And so then it became a cult of birds, so that like it really encapsulated. Also, sometimes people would say things and I want to be like, no, like sometimes, especially in the last exercises, I was like, no, these are terrible. But you know, you want to always, you want to encourage it every time.
I was saying yes with flavor. Like
Because the yes is accepting. The yes is like that happened.
That happened.
We don't have to like it, but it is true.
I do like that Julia was taking sort of like I'm a boss bitch who and I have vinyl and I'm just like an international traveler, and then Darren was like, oh, so she's in a cult. And I, despite how unreal that person is, I like do have a picture of them in my mind.
You can see that. You can see Julia. Like
Oh,
she's
totally.
not a person we don't know.
I'm picturing someone in like a white shift dress with just an army of birds.
I was trying to include like some sort of like bird like features on their clothing. Indicated, but then it became birds. And I was like, that's
ethereally charismatic.
Yeah, she's played by Gillian Anderson.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that we learned so much about Julia's family, like her friendships, all that. We learned about her relationships through Julia. So like the world kind of grew bigger, but it was all through her lens.
Yeah, I really like that we focused on that because you can like go be like, oh, and Julia's sister, blah, 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 blah. And we always kept it focused on Julia and like her, how they interact with her, how she sees them.
We just agreed to the parameters of we're going to focus it on Julia.
Yeah, I think we trust each other enough to like close certain chapters and loops because like her boyfriend went with the sister and we're like, oh, how could he? But then you like close it because she's a boss lady. And so like not a problem. She has a cult to run. Priorities.
She's got so many hobbies too.
She's got a very full life. Like she's not like
she
what
has
do
her
I do with
moments.
myself?
She's creative enough.
I do.
Been around the world.
Every continent.
I do think these exercises do kind of warm you up in the yes Andy energy of it all. Because it's just like I was getting more comfortable saying the first thing that came to her mind because you're like, she hasn't talked to her sister, and I was like, cult.
No, that's I love that.
And that you went with that sounds great. And like what a great way to brainstorm too. I think again, something that we often feel pressure of is like I have to have my whole character's backstory. And the magic of improv is that you can absolutely farm out these ideas a little bit and ask for advice. You don't necessarily have to take all of those, but there are going to be some really cool things that other people are going to put links together that maybe you didn't see before. And so having that openness of being able to ask for ideas can be really helpful.
And in this, like, none of us were precious about Julia, so we were willing to go to lots of places. It wasn't like, oh no, this is my character. Don't take them out of the vision I have for them. I think Julia became so much more dynamic because none of us were trying to like hold on to an idea.
It'd be a great session 0 kind of game. Where you're just like, we need a bunch of characters. Everyone just starts saying shit.
Exactly.
Can I ask you a question? I noticed something in this game versus the other games. You should watch all the videos in order. It's required. The other ones had a turn order, right? This is one of the first where the entire game is structured as like people jumping in. And when we're doing improv as gamers, you're always playing playing with an excitable group of storytellers who are seeking their moment to jump in and to add, and it's all in good fun, but it makes it sometimes harder for other people to have a turn. And I imagine that's true and real in more classic improv as well. Like, what do you suggest to a group who's starting to notice things like that?
I like to do a mix, personally. I like to do a little bit of going around the circle and also having kind of the popcorny, anyone can say something to balance that. Because some people are are more comfortable with the structure of like, and here is my turn. For some people, that can be kind of anxiety inducing of like, oh no, here's my turn, I don't have a thought. So different people are comfortable with those different formats. And most exercises will work with either one. So I think it is definitely like feel what are people most comfortable with for that group.
Yeah. I feel like we started off like kind of like 1, 2, 3.
We
and
did,
then eventually it was just like, oh, we're comfortable now? Oh, we got what Julie's about? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then it was just on it.
Yeah.
It's just free for all.
Then Julia came alive.
Yes. And Julia was here with us.
Yeah. We were there. We're part of her cult.
And that, we call that exercise, I call it, in my book, Improv for Gamers 2nd edition.
Hold it up. Who wrote that?
That old
Karen 12. Oh my
Oh my
That's
God,
me.
Karen 12. How?
Yeah, so that exercise, I did not know a name for it, so I just called it Yes Characters. And I think it makes sense.
Yes, character.
Yes,
Yes, character.
Yes.
If you like this and you want to check out the book, go to evilhat.com and you can pick up Improv for Gamers 2nd edition by Karen 12s. Thanks so much.